This is Combat Sports Podcast, and we're coming at you today with the main card breakdown. Yesterday we did the early/prelims. Go check that out and go watch my picks there. There are a whole bunch of lopsided fights over there. I do got a couple underdogs, so please go check that out. Here we got the UFC main card. We got a banging main card here from top to bottom or bottom to top. We got one guy that pulled out, and we got a replacement making his debut. It's going to be great. Two PFL fighters, one fighting for the championship, and one making his debut, like I was saying, and one making his debut for Marlon Vera that had pulled out. We'll talk about that fight here in a bit. First, we're going to start off with the first fight is Vicente, the Silent Assassin, Luque versus Kevin Trailblazer Holland, or should I say 45-70. He is 27-13. Luque is 23-10-1. He's been fighting since 2009, got into the UFC in the 2015, 16-6 in the UFC, well-rounded, 11 KOs, 9 submissions, only finished 4 times ever, and he is coming off a submission win, so he's riding hot right now. He also has 14 first-round finishes, so he likes to get stuff done early. Let's move on to Kevin Holland, Trailblazer, fighting since 2012. This dude is active. He is 1-0 in the Dana White Contender Series. That is how he got into the UFC. 1-0 in Bellator. 1-0 in the LFA. 14-10 in the UFC with 1 no contest. But I mean, he stays active. This dude stays active. Look at that. From 2012, this is what this dude has done. This guy likes to fight. But I don't know about his ego and if he's all the way in or he's all the way out. He doesn't even want to be a champion. Let's not talk about that right now. He's staying in the welterweight. He's coming off a win to Gunnar Nelson. That was a pretty good fight, and they had a funny moment in there. You guys probably seen it on memes and cuts of it. That was like a month ago. And once again, he's active. So he doesn't really go to training camps. Like he kind of does, but he kind of doesn't. He has 13 knockouts, 9 submissions, and a lot of ego. Kevin Holland is way longer, and he is way taller. Look at that. That might affect it a little bit, but if he gets taken down, that also might affect him. I don't know about Holland, though. Like I was talking about a little earlier, he is all the way in or he's all the way out, man. I can't. Like, just watching some of his interviews, like the one with Rampage and some of the other ones, he doesn't want to be a champion. He talks about how he just wants the money. I don't know. Like, how do you not want to be a champion? What are you doing then? Are you even training? What are you training for? What's your goal? He doesn't have one. He can't be trusted. I can't trust betting on a man that's like that. But will I bet with him this time? Who knows? He is the favorite here. Luque is smarter, I say, when it comes to fighting, way smarter. And I say he's stronger. Definitely not as fast, I would say, compared to Holland. And Luque is better on the ground, which can help him if he takes Kevin to the ground. Because from what I think, Kevin likes to stay down there and get submissions, try to submit people. But he also just likes to stay down there. And he is long, like I was talking about earlier. That might affect him on the ground. I got Luque here winning. Not sure by what, but I got Luque winning. He is an underdog. Like I'm telling you, I don't know. I love Kevin Holland. I used to like him a lot. Some of his interviews have just gotten me off of him a little bit. And just his ego, the way he talks to people. I don't know. And I just seen him sometimes. He just doesn't want to go out there and fight. And I just got Luque winning this one. Underdog. Let's go on to the next. A fight I have been looking forward to. People might say boring. People might say something. It might be a little boring if you don't like to watch grappling. But this is going to be one of the best grapplers going up against another decent clinch worker and striker. I'm telling you, this is a fight I'm really excited for. This was going to open up the night, I think, but it got moved. I'm really excited about this. Let's get started right away with it. We got Mario Bautista at 15-2 versus Patchy No Love Mix 20-1. Bellator champion. This dude is a beast. Let's start talking about Mario. If you guys know, you know. Started fighting in 2012, 7-fight win streak, 2-0 in the LFA, 9-2 in the UFC. This dude, last fight he had was against Jose Aldo. Makes me fucking sick, dude. It makes me sick just watching that fight, how he won that. It's just crazy work to me. He has 6 decisions in his UFC career. Bullshit fires is all though. That's what he's known for. Like I was telling you about. I fucking hate that. I don't even want to keep talking about him anymore. Let's move on to No Love, Patchy Mix. Started fighting in 2013, includes amateur. He only has one loss, which was to a decision in 2020 in Bellator. He is 1-0 in resin, 9-1 in Bellator. Is he one of the best grapplers? If you haven't done your research on this guy, go watch some of his matches in Bellator. This dude is a fucking beast. You're gonna see why he's a beast. And he might be one of the best grapplers in game. If you haven't seen it, this dude, absolute monster. Go watch some of his highlights. 13 submission, that should have stayed it off right there. 2 knockouts, 7-5 win streaks. That was Bellator his whole life. R.I.P. Bellator. I went to one event before I went down, but that was whatever. I'm glad I got to witness it. He's been wanting to get into the UFC for a while. If he does come up with a win here, this could be crazy. Because if he wins here, this guy could move up really quick and fight for the belt soon. Like, how fast could he get boosted up? If he beats this guy, he moves into the top 10 for sure against Bautista. You know, maybe 1 or 2 fights, and he gets to fight for the belt right away. You know, like, this dude is really good. He is really good. His record, to just say it. When you watch him fight, you're going to see why. I really do hope Patchy Mix wins here, and he is gonna win. This dude, he might be a little bit slower at striking, but his striking is still there. Both of these guys don't really have that striking. Mario's more of just clinching up and putting people against the fence. He doesn't really go for that many takedowns compared to Patchy will do. We're gonna see Mario probably go to the ground. Let's see how he does down there. I really hope Patchy gets his win. But what I'm also scared about is the UFC environment. You know, going to that Bellator event and going to a UFC event, you can just tell the difference. Bellator, oh my gosh, it was just like boo. All the fights went to decisions. The one I went to, it was the one with who was it? Yanel Romero versus that Russian guy, and then it was Pettis versus Pitbull. It was a good card, but it was just like no one really got finished in that card, and I don't know. The energy compared to the UFC event too, I went in Kansas City. It's crazy. So that might affect him a little bit because there's not that many like the fan difference, the environment, the production, just overall everything. The UFC does better than Bellator. But I'm really excited for the world to get to see Patchy Mix here. I'm gonna say Patchy Mix will wipe the floor with this guy, drag him to the ground, and he wins by submission. I'm calling it right now. Patchy Mix by submission. Let's move on to the next. And here we got the last fight before we get into the bantamweights, women's and men's championship fights. I cannot wait to talk about those. Those are going to be some banging fights. Both should be great fights. Here we're going to start off with another banger. We got Joe Body Bags Pyfer versus Kevin Gastelum. Gastelum 19-9. Joe is 13-3. Pyfer started fighting in 2018, 1-1 in the Dana White Contender Series, 4-1 in the UFC. Watched him get checked by Jack Hermanson. That was a fight where Jack Hermanson just showed up that day. But after that, I'm telling you, Joe Pyfer became a different man. He has been almost off for a year from MMA. He's coming off a knockout win that he got versus Mark Andres. And then he had a grappling match, what was it, in December, I'm pretty sure. This dude is long, which I feel like it's going to affect him and tall. But let's talk about Kevin Gastelum. Can't make weight. Bro's been fighting since 2009. Was unstoppable when he started. This dude went on a killer win streak when he started. Got into the UFC in 2013. 13-9 in the UFC. Has missed weight 3 times. Scheduled fight. This fight was scheduled to happen in Mexico, but Joe Pyfer decided to drink some water from Mexico, and that was not a smart choice. So that fight pulled out. He had to pull out because he was ill, and he said that he's never going back to Mexico or some shit. Which, as a Mexican, fuck you. But either way, why would you trust drinking the fucking water from there, dude? That thing cannot be healthy. Let's get started with the breakdown. Kevin, great experience. Been doing this for a while. He's been in many, many wars. You guys probably remember the one where he fought for the belt versus Israel. Dude, it's crazy. But Joe's length and strikes and power is even more crazy. After Joe lost to Jack, like I was talking about earlier, this dude became a monster. He became a different person. He started wrestling. He even has had grappling matches, like I said. This dude went out there. He just showed that he wanted to get better and better and better. Like, a loss, usually, like, damn, what am I going to do after I lose? This dude lost and was like, I'm going to be better. And he's been grinding towards it. This guy is a fucking beast. But Kevin needs to grapple if he wants to win. If it is a standing, I can see Kevin getting his first knockout loss ever. And honestly, I can see Kevin getting caught while trying to go in for a takedown or something. And if not, I feel like Joe is way better at grappling. Not way better, but probably about the same grappling, and his takedown defense isn't the best. But I do got Joe winning here by knockout. Let's go. Knockout depends on the odds. If not, I guess money line. Even though he's probably like a what? Let's see, -3. Yeah, we're gonna actually look at the props here. Let's move on to the co-main event, a women's bantamweight championship fight. Juliana, the Venezuelan Vixen Penà versus Kayla Doug Harrison, 18-1. Juliana, the champion, 11-5. I don't understand here what's going on with the odds. Let's see if we can see the odds here. Look at those odds. Yes, I get it. I understand why Kayla is the favorite. Yes, everything shows she's better. She's way like. Let me get into their. When I start introducing them, you're gonna see why. But it's just like the odds don't make sense because Penà is just the champion of the UFC. Like what? The disrespect, the level of disrespect, right? But let's get into Penà here. Coming off a split decision win to Rochelle Pennington. That's kind of crazy to me. Fighting since 2009, she has 8 entries in the UFC, has beat a ton of great fighters, including Amanda Nunes. She was a big underdog, just like this. Probably not as big as this, honestly, which is kind of crazy. She went out there, made a big upset versus Nunes, so that's kind of crazy. Can she do it again? She has 3 knockouts, 4 submissions, with an amazing resume. Let's see if we can go pull that up here before we start talking about Kayla Harrison. She is a beast. Kayla Harrison. Oh my god. Just wait till I start talking about her. I'm guessing most people already know most about her. Let's see. Look at this. Just look at all this. Just look at that. The people she's lost to. She's a beast. The fact that she's an underdog just baffles me. Absolutely baffles me. But let's start talking about Kayla Harrison. She is 18-1. Former champ in PFL. She's been doing MMA since 2010. And if you guys didn't know this, she is a 2-time judo gold medalist. She's a beast. She's a beast. Triple champ, quadruple champ, name it. She's done it all. She's about to get this belt probably because she's a beast. Let me just get talking more about her. Got into the PFL in 2018, 14-1. Lost one to Larissa Pachenko, which that was a crazy fight. And guess what? She lost one. Guess what she did? She came back and got the win against her. Because she's like that. She likes to take things personal. She's a personal lady. She don't talk smack about her. She'll hold it against you. She's 2-0 in the UFC. She beat up a washed Holly Holmes. You know, what up, Holmes? No, I'm just kidding. Holly Holm and a Caitlin Vera last time. She is a beast. I just can't stop saying that. You guys, go watch the PFL. Go watch her PFL fights. You'll see why she's this big of a freaking favorite. Like, it's crazy. But it feels like to me that Penà has been dodging her. If you guys haven't seen, she was at the event last time, and when Penà won, and she was trying to call out Amanda Nunes to unretire or some shit. Like, Kayla Harrison was right there. Like, Kayla Harrison was like right there in the audience, went to the press conference and everything, and she didn't call her out because Amanda Nunes was there. I think she was retiring that fight. I mean, not retiring. It was her Hall of Fame inductee. Beautiful, deserved, the women's GOAT. But let's talk about these women. Kayla, man strength. Look at the chin on that girl. She's crazy. I don't even know how to. She's a man. She's a man. Look at the body. Look at her back. It's overall, she's just better than everything than Penà. It's not even close. Look at this. Just look at this. She's faster, stronger. She's even slightly taller has 100% takedown defense. She doesn't have that many fights in the UFC, so her experience is not that much. She doesn't have championship experience like Penà does. But I'm telling you, Penà needs a miracle over here, a Hail Mary or something. She did that against Nunes. Can she do it again like I've been saying? I don't know. But I feel like this fight is definitely going to go into a finish. This is a fight that will get finished. I bet the odds saying it won't be since it's a women's fight or something. But I'm telling you, this is going to be a finish. I see it. The other thing that really scares me is this is Kayla Harrison's, only her third or second time making this class, making this weight. And I guess she proved us wrong last time, made weight. She held out against a lot of people. She did it, so can she do it again? I mean, she can, right? We'll see in the weigh-ins how she's looking and at the press conference. That's the thing that's really scaring me. Can she go into the experience rounds, like the championship rounds in the UFC? She swept through people in the PFL. Penà has a chin on her. She doesn't like to get finished much. The other thing I really like about Kayla Harrison is her smack talk. How she smack talks everybody, and I don't know, the women's division really doesn't do that much, and I like that. It's kind of a little bit annoying when you see it, like the way she talks, the way she is, the way she holds stuff against people. But I kind of get it. That's what makes her her. That's what makes her a two-time gold medalist. That's what makes her a champion in the PFL, and that's what's probably about to make her the champion in the UFC. And I got Kayla Harris winning by finish. I'm not sure by what. You can name it. I feel like she can submit Penà and she can even knock her out. But if you want to go in there and maybe put a Penà by decision or something, because maybe when it goes into the championship rounds in the UFC, Kayla's weight cut might affect her and all that. I'm saying I don't care who wins this one. I'm going to pick Kayla Harrison because she's just overall better at everything. But if you're a betting man, I wouldn't mind slapping $10 on Penà. $10 on a decision, $10 on her getting a submission finish or something. $10 on dragging her getting her into the deep waters and winning. It's just like there's probably a lot of good odds for Penà here, and she is the champion. So it's like, come on, you cannot doubt her that much. And the odds just keep getting bigger for Kayla. So if you wait a little bit longer, Penà is probably odds are gonna get better and better. And she can win. She has done it before. I don't see it happening. I got Kayla Harrison here. Let's move on to the main event. Let's go. Here we got Merab, the Machine, Dvalishvili, however you say his last name. A lot of people say it different. I might be saying it wrong. But he's going up against Sean O'Malley. Well, Sugar O'Malley. I just like saying his full name. 18-2. Merab is 19-4. Merab has been fighting since 2014. He's 12-2 in the UFC. He has amazing stamina, great wrestling / sambo. Be the greatest bantamweight ever? Is he? What do you guys think? I really think he is. Look at go look at all his wins. He literally has wins against his former championship contenders. Like everything, you name it, former champ, it's wild. Dude's wild. And I honestly respect the fact that he did not go after Aljo while he was the champ. Just look at this. The only thing that's fucking crazy is look at all those decisions, bro. It's wild. And don't get me wrong, people are over here saying that he's a decision fighter. Yes, he is, but he is really well-rounded. I think he can hold his striking. Yeah, he's a little awkward on his striking, but I still think he has power in his hands for how big he is. And, man, he's a grinder. He's just going to keep taking you down, taking you down, taking you down. Just look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at that. Crazy. Greatest run ever, maybe. And he might just keep going. O'Malley, 18-2, fighting since 2013. This includes amateur fights. He is 1-0 in the Dana White Contender Series, 1-0 in the LFA, 10-2 in the UFC with 1 no contest. He is coming off a loss to, guess who? Merab, the same guy, in the spear. Been 9 months since that. He has gone completely clean, does not smoke weed anymore. Low-key, I used to not like O'Malley, but then I started watching his videos. He's kind of funny, and he used to rip some big old dabs. So that's just awesome. And he did kind of get bumped up a little bit, I felt like. Then they fed him Merab, and yeah, that wasn't really a bump up. That was more of a fuck you to him. But also, no social media. See how that works out for him. He's going to be withdrawing from that, all that marijuana that he hasn't smoked. He has 11 knockouts, 2 submissions, and he's only been finished 1 time. This is going to be a great card here. I'm so excited for it. Like the whole event, the main event, I'm hyped for. Probably going to go to decision. That's what people are saying. But we'll talk about that here a little bit. But the whole card's great. It's going to be quite a bit of knockouts. Just a lot of one-sided fights. The odds are saying. That's what the odds are saying. So it's like, I don't know. This looks like there's only like 2 to 3 fights that are really close in odds. The rest are like really far apart. But let's keep talking about the main event. Sugar Sean is taller than Merab. He is longer. It can work against him when he gets taken down, which will happen because Merab is just a grinder. He is the machine, literally. That dude's stamina is crazy. His grappling, his sambo is fucking wild. This dude's a beast. He is a monster. I just can't stop saying enough. He's going to get a takedown in there. Whether or not O'Malley wants him or not, unless he gets caught going in once, in the first round or something, which I don't think will happen because Merab's chin is crazy because how he's built, how his stamina is. He can recover really fast. He can recover really fast because his stamina is great. I say Sugar Sean is definitely way faster than him, and his kicks, he's going to have to use that front kick up the middle, kicks a lot to keep Merab from going from the takedowns. Maybe you can catch him with a knee or something like he did against Vera. That was nasty. But like I said, everyone knows what's going to happen. Merab's going to strike a little bit, go for a takedown. Strike a little bit, go for a takedown. Distract him enough with his hands, which I do think he does have power in his hands, and he can strike. It's a little awkward at times. Definitely not as good as fucking O'Malley, but he's going to go in for a takedown. And that's the thing that's crazy is that if people think it's going to go over, and it does go into, over 4.5 rounds, basically decision, every round starts standing up. And that's what scares me because O'Malley can catch him going in because you know what he's going to do. You know what Merab's going to do. He's going to go in for a takedown. At one point, this dude had over 40 plus takedown attempts against Peter Yan. Like, come the fuck on. He's going to go in for multiple takedowns. And even though Sean's been training for it, yeah, he was hurt. They say, he's hurt. Yeah, everyone's hurt before a fight, right? And now they come out and say, yeah, I get he didn't say it. I think it was his coach. But it's like, come on, Of course. And he said something about how just the spear was a big event. Yeah, Merab wasn't complaining about anything. So it's like, come on. It's a little bit of excuses. It wasn't even a close fight. But if that was true, we'll see. He's been practicing a lot of takedown defense, I bet. I don't know how that's going to work because there's no really Merab. Who's grappling like Merab? Who's striking like Merab? Like, who's awkward like him? That's in the bantamweight division that that O'Malley is training with, So let's see how that goes. Like I said, I did used to not like O'Malley, but he did get a soft spot in my spot. I didn't like how he was trying to get all those fancy knockouts. It got my respect when he got a couple good fights in there and he did get some finishes. But I think this is going to go to Merab here by submission or decision, most likely. This dude has 15 submissions. It's crazy to me. Like, just go look at this. And is he, like, yeah, I already talked about that. Like, it's just crazy to me how good he is. But I got Merab winning here by decision or maybe slapping a submission in there. And most likely people are thinking it's going to go to the fucking judges scorecard. And last time that happened, Merab got it was a blowout. He just dominated every round. It wasn't even close. People say this shouldn't be a fight. It's going to be a good one, I feel like. Slightly better. They're both going to be better, Merab's the champion, so he's just getting better, and O'Malley's coming off a loss. We'll see how not fighting for 10 months goes for him and being off the social media and all that. I still got Merab here. Here is a recap of all my picks here. Quick little run through, not breakthrough, what am I talking about? We're going to start off here. I had Quillen winning, Jekka winning, big underdog right here. I think he can get it done. I got Kong winning, of course. Silva could do it, but no, Kong's winning. She has been fraud checked before. I got Madero's winning here. This guy's coming in short notice. Madero's was supposed to fight last week, but something happened with him being hurt. Same with Andres over here. He was supposed to fight last week, but his opponents pulled out. 2 of them did. I got Gustafsson winning here. His clinch work is going to be great. He is an underdog too. I got Sergey winning here. His takedown, he's a big guy. He's going to get a takedown in there. Maybe a submission, I say. Then I got Ribeiro winning here. If he uses his takedowns and his length, I feel like he can get it done, like I said in my prelims breakdown. Go check that out. Van winning, just way quicker, overall better. Great defense. He's just amazing. Yep, young and upcoming guy here. And he's the youngest fighter in the card. I got upset here. Luque's going to win here. I don't know if Kevin's all in or he's all out, and you just can't trust that. Then I got Patchy Mix, debut here. This is my call of the fucking fight here. Patchy Mix by submission. Watch. He's a beast. Then I got Pyfer winning over here by a knockout. I can see it. Maybe not, but I got Pyfer winning overall. I got Kayla Harrison. It is going to be a good one. The odds say otherwise. This should be a really good fight. If you want to slap some money on Juliana, because she is going to be a big underdog, go for it. But I got Harrison winning over here. She's just a beast all around. And then I got my boy Merab winning. Sorry, O'Malley. I don't know what's going to happen. Last fight was a blowout. Yeah, you were hurt, but I don't think anything's going to change here. And here, I got some fighting announcements for you guys. Let's move on to that. First announcement is Dan Ige versus Pitbull for UFC 318. This is going to be a great fight. Dan Ige wanted to fight Pitbull to get him into the UFC when he was, before his last fight, which was against Rodriguez. That didn't end up happening. So now it's going to happen now. Pitbull coming off a loss. Dan Ige coming off a win. Then we got Shara the Bullet versus Mark Andres in Dubai. That's going to be a good one. Mark Andres is coming off a win that he almost killed Bruno Silva, the big Bruno Silva, with a nasty-ass elbows. Short turnaround, but it should be a good fight. Then in that card also, there's going to be Peter Yan versus Marquise McGee. That's going to be a good one. Marquise McGee is going to be an upcomer. He's been good. I'm glad that Peter Yan's giving him a chance, and he should be fighting for a contender over here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Peter Yan is that good. So the fact that he's giving someone a chance, respect to him. And then I heard a lot of rumors and talks about Carlos Pratas versus MVP. I've been saying there's a fight I want, and it looks like it's going to come true. It's not officially signed yet, but there's a lot of talks about it. So stay tuned. Maybe there'll be an announcement for that soon. And I cannot wait for next week's card too. Like, I'm hype about this week, but I'm more hype about next week because I got 2 of my favorite fighters here. Buckley versus Usman. Man, I hope Usman can do something, but I wouldn't mind Buckley winning either. That's going to be a great breakdown. I cannot wait for that. Tune in next week. There has been a lot of one lopsided fights this card, but I do got some underdog picks. So watch the video and see that. And everybody, stay tuned to my X account, Combat Sports Podcast, or at Combat Sports YT, for parlays, bets, Fridays. Tune in for that. I've been calling some submissions here with great odds. I called Gabe Green, what was it, like plus 850, and then I called last week the plus 550 by Ramiz. I'm going to call one this week. If you watch my video, you know who it is probably already. I might pop up with another one. Also, edit coming tomorrow. Stay tuned for who it is. It's a fight in the UFC 316 with some banger knockouts in it. Go check that out. Also, PFL breakdown for June 12th semifinals card. That'll either come out Friday or Monday. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Like and subscribe.